Well, Sola and Gina, we should have that answer by next Wednesday. That's when Orleans Parish Registrar of Voters Sandra Wilson has until to finish counting the signatures given to her by recall leaders. Local attorney Scott Bickford says that the judge tasked with calling a hearing on that lawsuit filed by Mayor Cantrell early Tuesday morning is also waiting on those numbers to determine whether or not it's even worth calling that hearing. Bickford claims the numbers make all the difference because if a certain tally is not met, this whole thing will just be a moot point.
What a court might do in this particular case is decide I'm going to wait a week for anything to determine whether or not Sandra Wilson has enough signatures under either scenario, the 45,000 signature threshold or the 50,000 signature threshold. And if she doesn't, then the entire matter goes away and we don't have to rule on anything.
The 45,000 signature threshold is the one recall leaders need to reach to trigger a recall election under the agreement signed off by Judge Jennifer Medley. They say they have that number but have not released how many signatures they've acquired. Bickford says if all of that happens and a hearing is called on the mayor's lawsuit, Medley herself, who appears to have signed that recall according to the mayor's lawsuit, would be the first order of business.
Does another judge come in and try the recusal action in her court to decide whether or not she should stay on the case, or does the judge self-recuse at this point and let some other judge hear the matter?
Bruce Riley, with Voice of the Experience, says his organization has also filed to have the case retried with a new judge, saying this could be damaging to public trust.
We would like to get someone who doesn't have a position on the recall, as we don't either. Our position is literally that the recall process should follow the law, regardless of whether, Mayor Cantrell should or should not be recalled.
All signatures on the recall petition do still have to be verified. And I did reach out to civil court to see if Judge Medley wanted to make a comment about the lawsuit. I was told she did not want to, as litigation is ongoing. Reporting live, Eli Brandt, WDSU News. Back to you.
All right, Eli, thank you so much for that update. And it's also important to note here that once the signatures are counted and verified, they are sent to the governor, who makes that decision on whether or not to call a recall election. Eli, thanks.